Lady Volunteers. The biggest swing of the season to date belongs to Laura Mueller in extra innings. The walk-off RBI single to knock out UCLA in a game that took over 3 hours. And they survived and advanced yesterday. They're going to need to win twice to try and do that today. Against a surprise starter for the Longhorns, it's Mac Morgan. 3 appearances in her World Series career. This will be her 3rd start, and those are her numbers on the season. It's her first time in the circle to open up a game this year in Oklahoma City, and Tegan Cavan will start out as a spectator for the Longhorns.
Well, notable in Morgan's line, just 35 strikeouts on the year. She's pitched to contact. She uses that defense behind her to get those ground ball outs.
Last check, it was about 96%
yes.
drop balls on their resume for Mike White. Last few years, they have had tremendous success at the World Series with a deep pitching staff. He will turn to that group again today, knowing that they might have to play twice. Gabby Leach in that batter's box for Tennessee. And a slow roller right back to Morgan. 1 down.
Expect a lot of that ground balls. You get that drop ball, and this is where Texas's defense is going to be massive. They've struggled at times. They've switched around the shortstop position, second base, returning to that just a week ago. But with the ground balls, they are going to need their defense to be perfect behind Mac Morgan.
That's because Friday night against Florida, the Gators did not start their ace against Tennessee, and the Lady Vols dropped a 7 spot on them in the first inning. And they actually were able to pull Carlin Pickens for more rest. And here's Taylor Pannell. All-American, enjoying one of the best seasons in Tennessee history at the plate.
Well, I think, ladies, anybody who punches their ticket to the Champ Series, they know it's going to be very hard to throw one pitcher every single game. You've got to be able to have your number 2 and 3 available.
Fouls off the 2-0. So there you see 11 runs in first innings of their 3 games here. The rest of the field only has 6. So they have been outstanding, jumping in front of the opponent. Had a run rule against the Gators. They lost Thursday in a walk-off to Oklahoma, and then yesterday needed 9 innings to eliminate UCLA as Carlin Pickens waits her turn. The 2-time SEC Pitcher of the Year. And a strikeout for Mac Morgan. 2 down.
Well, and it is on said drop ball that she throws very, very well on the corner. A lot of deep bite on this pitch. When I say deep, toward the back half of that strike zone, and you can see the way it just falls off the table on the outer half. Look at the shot from the cam. You can see that movement, that change in plane.
Well, it's crazy for hitters, Suze. You know what's coming. He was talking about 96% drop ball. So as a hitter, it's about trying to see it up, trying to get that pitch at a level. But even then, because it breaks so deep in the zone, you almost have to think 2 balls below it.
Well, and she runs about anywhere from 9 to 10 inches of vertical drop. And look at that, the percentage, 90% drop balls, just 4% curve balls.
Well, and that's why usually she's only in for maybe 3 or 4 innings, a couple times through the lineup.
Absolutely. Mac Morgan, how about 9 inches of vertical break with 7 inches of horizontal run on this pitch? So Mac Morgan, it's a drop ball, but some run from out to over the plate induces the strikeout. 2 on the inning for Mac Morgan.
The one issue she has had in the postseason is the home run ball.
Long ball.
As Maloney tries to go a little short game. She's hitting .484 in the NCAA tournament, has been on base nearly 50% of the time. Facing Carlin Pickens, who is 3-0 in elimination games this postseason. Has thrown 300 pitches through the first 3 games here at the World Series, and a bobble. And the first miscue of the day is Tennessee's.
This is massive. I mean, it's the speed of Maloney, first of all. That's why Laura Mueller's trying to rush. It just pops up off the heel of her glove, but it's the pressure that the speed at the top of this order will put on the defense. We talked about in the reverse for Texas. Tennessee has got to be able to make those plays and keep the speed of Texas off the bases.
That's just the 40th error of the year given up by this Tennessee team.
And here's Caden Henry, 2 for 6. You talk about a dual threat. She has a home run here and a steal of home here at the World Series. Most of the season, it's been the short game and the speed.
32 stolen bases. She does a good job of understanding situation, reading the defense. Obviously, with a runner on first, she'll stay all short, looking to bunt or slap.
Chops that to third, and Panel will make the play to first. Henry able to advance the runner.
Well, what makes Carlin Pickens so successful? Drop ball at 75 miles an hour. Look at the movement on that as well. How about the rise ball, top of the zone at 72, but it's this changeup at 63 miles an hour over the top rotation. It's very tight, hard to identify. When Carlin Pickens throws that changeup in the low 60s, it's knee buckling, it's devastating. She's been a little elevated with the velocity here at the World Series, more like 66, 67. Those are the pitches that have gotten hit out of the park.
And look at in the 10 losses this season, the defense has not been there. 21 unearned runs, 7 errors. An error in this inning for Tennessee. Can Mia Scott make them pay, as Sophia Nugent took a shot on that one. Home plate umpire Marty Abazishan trying to buy her a little time. John Baca, Chad Steer, Susan Eads, the crew today.
Well, Mia Scott, look how far in the bat. This is as far back in the batter's box. We talk about the velocity of Pickens. That's what Scott is trying to get to right now. That back heel, I mean, literally on that line, trying to buy her an extra second. Pickens has been sitting around 74, 75 miles an hour. That is faster than anything we'll see here at the Women's College World Series, equivalent to about 102, 103 as far as reaction time.
She's trying to get out of the back of that box. Well, she's been here before, over 250 games, 77 miles an hour.
That's her top pitch.
This is Mia's 3rd World Series. 2-2 from Pickens. Gets Scott to pop it up in foul territory. Nugent will give way as Panel calls for it. 2 down. Good communication there for the Tennessee D.
Really.
I'm not sure Nugent saw it off the bat.
Yeah, and that's a tough play for Nugent. Just with all the catcher's gear on, throwing the helmet off.
Directly above her. So now it's Reese Atwood. The best slugger in Texas history is looking for her first hit of this World Series. 2-time All-American. Is already their RBI leader as a junior and rapidly approaching their career home run number.
This is power on power. Power pitching with that velocity, and Reese Atwood, the power, the bat.
She leads the NCAA with 86 RBIs because she typically is so clutch in these situations.
Atwood thought that was inside, and now 0-2.
A little early on that changeup, coming in at 66 miles an hour.
Reese has reached. She had a walk in the win over Florida, and she does have an RBI, a sac fly in the win over Oklahoma. She came in tearing it up with the NCAA tournament. A shot down the line and foul.
Wow.
That had an exit velo like a Pickens fastball.
That was the drop in she took and did not like, but now with 2 strikes, she was able to get the barrel to that pitch. I think they're going to go back there.
pitcher, right? An ace, Michelle, that can carry her team. We've seen a bunch of them now reemerge this season. Nyjeri Kennedy comes to mind. We'll see her tonight, most likely, against Oklahoma.
You have to mentally, physically, emotionally be in the right mindset to win at this level.
Yeah.
And those pitches, they do tend to physically wear down on you, but it's the mental aspect, sitting in the dugout, just clearing your mind. You'll see a lot of pitchers doing that.
Here's Boot Gibson to lead things off. By the way, I'm going to give Amaya Doyle about an 8 on that cannonball. Pretty good technique, but she didn't get the full tuck of the knees. That gets you a little more of a splash.
A splash.
But solid. Gibson. Another slow roller right back to Mac Morgan. One down. It's 5, 6, and 7 here in the lineup.
Getting in on the hands. It's not just about the drop. Cindy talks about the vertical movement, but it's with the horizontal movement. I mean, she's also getting break into the hands of these righties, sawing them off early.
Here's Laura Mueller, the hero last night in extra innings for Tennessee. So let's talk about this mental bounce back. Huge win for both of these clubs. A lot of emotion. How do you come back from that and refocus real quick?
Well, it's always looking forward. I mean, you've got all that drainage.
Well, you talk about velocity off the pitching, now off the bat. All you do is have to get to this. Leanne Good literally inside outs this thing, 3/4 swing, and it blasts off the bat past the diving Ella Dodge.
Adea Wallace gets the start as a designated player today. Mike White has several different options at DP. He likes Wallace for her speed. Sophomore out of Plano, Texas. He also can go to Katie Simmons, or as he did in their opener here, started Wallace, and then Victoria Hunter came on when they needed a more powerful bat for the occasion. 8th trip to the World Series for Texas. It's also the 8th for Mike White. 3 with the Longhorns and 5 from his days with Oregon. Gotta respect, they keep coming back, keep knocking. Few, if any, have come closer without raising the trophy. And for Texas, they're 1 win away from a 3rd final in 4 years. One-two pitch. Wallace starts a stretch of 5 straight lefties, and then it's 4 straight righties in the Texas lineup today. Pickens misses down and away. Beth Bowens, Michelle Smith with the calcium for you. Jessica Mendoza, Holly Rowe down on the dirt. Winner today is into the championship series. Texas needs to win once, Tennessee twice. Still to come later tonight, Oklahoma and Texas Tech, our Final Four. And there is a rope out to center. Kinsey Fiedler retired, 1 down, and here comes the top of the order. Mac Morgan, stellar thus far. A double in the 1st inning, no damage. A single in the 2nd, no damage.
How about 29 pitches to get through the order? It's pretty remarkable.
Mike White couldn't have scripted it any better on a day where he knows he may need all his pitchers and may have to play 2 games. Keeping Tegan Cavan fresh.
Oh, off speed. You don't see that very often. It looks very similar to her drop ball. It still has that 10 inches of vertical break. It has a little bit of run on it, but it comes.
A 2-out base runner and a chance for the 3rd inning in a row.
Find the drop ball up. That's the goal for Tennessee right now, and that's exactly what the hot-hitting Taylor Panel continues to do. Her 7th hit already in this Women's College World Series.
Where'd that panel sheet go with? So panels aboard for Ella Dodge, and Mike White wants to come out to Mac Morgan. This is the 2nd time through the order now for Mac. We talked about how good they were in the 1st inning at the World Series. Well, it's actually really good through 3 innings at the World Series. And look at that, in their last 7 games, 20 runs near the top.
They're aggressive. They go after good pitches. I'm sure that's part of the conversation that Mike White is having with his battery in the infield, is that Ella Dodge got herself in a good leverage 2-0 count, had that double.
What you got for us, Holly?
Well, guys, Mike White has told us before about Mac Morgan, because she's primarily down, she's good 1 to 2 times through the lineup. So this is her 2nd time through the lineup. You can see he's being very careful, talking to her about what she's got to do. This is usually where she gets taken out because of so much drop ball. He knows she's only good for 1 to 2 times, or else they'll start adjusting.
Thank you, Holly. 3 strikeouts on the day. Her season high is 4. And I'm sure Mike wanted a word about the heart of the order here for Tennessee now coming up.
And there you have it. Those are percentages. Over 90% of the pitches she throws drop. 90% of the strikeouts she's going to get is on that pitch.
So what's the challenge when you keep seeing it over and over and over? You know it's coming.
You know it's coming, but you have to recognize that when it is at your knees or the bottom of the zone, you can't swing. There's no way that that pitch is going to stay there. It's going to end up in the ball. And you have to do what Taylor Panel did. Find something waist height.
Well, yeah. So it's not that it's coming, it's where it's coming.
Where it's coming, you try to make her elevate it, get into a good hitter's count, which is difficult because she's been working from ahead. And when a drop ball pitcher like this works from the head, now you have to make adjustments. I always really looked at trying to think about hitting my bat underneath the ball. I was a low ball striker as it was, but I would just make that adjustment even lower. And for a lot of hitters, your tendencies are you either hit the bottom of the ball, so you pop up more, you hit the top of the ball, you're more a ground ball hitter. So if you're a ground ball hitter going against a drop ball pitcher, you have to make a massive adjustment. Otherwise, you're just going to be playing pickle with the infield all day long.
Olympic hitters, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith breaking it down for you. Here's the 1-2 from Mac. And Dodge fights one off.
Well, she saw it up, and that's the thing. And that's where Morgan will kind of mess with you every now and then and throw in that curveball. So she'll get it to that height. And for these lefties right now, too, if she throws it, it'll come into their hands, but stay more level. And if they are looking to hit underneath it, they will have a hard time with that pitch.
Dodge does have home run power. She's shown it in the postseason. She had a double her first time up. The first extra base hit off of a Texas pitcher here at the World Series through their first 2+ games. Tegan Cavan following along with what the pitch call is. She's not checking out her emails. Different ways you can communicate with your pitcher and your defense. Some catchers will wear earplugs. You can talk. Others, it's on the watch. A flare out to left, and there's Katie Stewart. Lost their opener, got walked off by Oklahoma, and an Ella Parker home run off of Carlin Pickens. And a short memory is necessary in that circle. In her last outing, Pickens gave up 3 home run balls. Stayed out there, finished the job, and back to work today against Katie Bennett and then the top of the Texas order.
The key for Pickens really has been staying out of 3-ball count. She's had 24 of them here at the World Series. 10 have resulted in base on balls, 3 of them hits. So she's...
Kaden Henry is so fast. I mean, and I get Taylor Pamela has to go out and get this. I think that foul, fair ball, it just allowed her to kind of stay too far back. She needs to be up more because Henry, you got no chance. Getting down the line.
And both hits this inning on 0-2 pitches. This is where Pickens needs to expand the strike zone. 0-2, those are too close in order for the speed to get down the line, put it in play.
So here we go, Scott and Atwood for Texas. Mia with a hit in 9 straight games. Popped up to third her first time up.
Taken all the way. Mia Scott, such a threat at the plate because she can get beat with her body, but still get bad on ball because her hands are so quick.
Has had some success against Pickens this year.
And almost not biting at anything hard, right? That pitch she took on the outer half, 72 miles an hour, as you said, taking all the way. I wonder if she's sitting looking for something just a little bit slower.
Told us this week she loves the off speed.
Yeah.
Doesn't get one there. Pickens misses high.
3-1 count for Pickens. This is a big one with Reese Atwood sitting on deck.
Scott top 5 all time at Texas. Hits, stolen bases, runs, batting average. One of their best to ever put on the Union. She draws the walk, and the bases are loaded for Atwood, who continues her quest for her first hit of the World Series. Oh for 6 so far. Reese Atwood was her hero. Can she be Texas's hero right now?
0 for 6 with 3 Ks. All 3 of her strikeouts coming on the rise ball. That is a pitch that Pickens is going to attack.
Wow, look at her with the bases loaded this year. Not bad.
If I'm Reese Atwood, I mean, she'll get low in that stance, but even more so now, I think, to be able to really think about trying to get on top of that rise ball or take it. That is a pitch she struggled with here in Oklahoma City.
8 trips to the World Series. They have never hit a grand slam.
She wants to hit it.
She wants to be the first.
To me, it's her versus the Pickens rise. That is the pitch that she's going to see. She'll see some others, but she knows that's the one that's coming. Will she swing at it? Will she take it? And will she be able to adjust to it?
0-1 from Pickens. Inside. Jocelyn Alo, the last one to do it for Oklahoma in 2022.
There it is. Oh, I feel for her right now because she was waiting for that pitch. She wanted that pitch and she got it. But it just shows you how good Pickens is.
Struck her out with a rise ball the first time up.
Made an adjustment on that. The pitch she swung through, rise ball with 6 inches of vertical break. That last one she fouled off. 8 inches of vertical lift or break on it.
She's moving it. Bennett at third.
Now look at the strikeout pitch. Drop ball, outer half. Drop ball, hammering in the lower half of the zone, getting the strikeout looking. That is just great sequencing by Texas right now, and execution by Mac Morgan.
And a warning to the Tennessee dugout. That is Craig Snyder, who came out of the dugout, and I believe there has been an ejection on the Tennessee side for arguing balls and strikes. And I think Craig Snyder is going to have to go.
Yeah, he's been ejected. Karen Weekly alluded to it with Holly Rowe about the frustration from their hitters, and that last pitch that was called, it was a strike, but it's that at the knees pitch that's giving frustration to these Tennessee hitters.
That is the Tennessee hitting coach ejected from this game. We checked with our rules analyst, Christy Cornwell. He would only be gone for this game. If they play a second game today, Snyder could come back to the dugout.
Well, at some point, you have to make an adjustment as a hitter, right?
Yeah.
If the lower half of the zone is getting called, move up a little bit. You just have to make, it's not like she's going to throw you rise balls and a ton of curve balls. I mean, her primary pitch is a drop ball. Move up and meet it before it breaks.
All the strikeouts on the drop ball today. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, and now 1 here in the fourth. And it's lethal Laura Mueller coming up. Singled back in the second inning. And in this NCAA tournament has been phenomenal. Had the game winner in extra innings yesterday, had a grand slam in the regionals, and she draws the walk here with 2 outs. And now Patty Ruth Taylor out to talk with her starting pitcher, Mac Morgan, and it's the freshman, Cambria Salmon, who now trots out to the bullpen. So that would be the other 3 pitchers, all with a stint out there. And it looks like Kavan is taking a pause. Hey, don't forget the Women's College World Series Champ Series begins on Wednesday night, 8 Eastern on ESPN. For more information, go to NCAA.com. You're home for all 90 NCAA championships. So game 1 on Wednesday night. Thursday in Oklahoma City is going to be absolute bedlam because the game 1 of the NBA Finals will start downtown. And right here at Devon Park, we'll have game 2 of our Champ Series. Game 3, if necessary, would be Friday night. Here's Alana Leach. Will the ejection prove costly at all for Tennessee? Their hitting coach, Craig Snyder, out. Arguing balls and strikes earlier this inning.
He's a huge voice for them. I mean, they make adjustments in game just as good as any team.
And that one is in play, and Mitchell will scoop it up and make the tag to record the 3rd out of the inning. Stewart, 6, 7, and 8 coming up. Mental health has become such a big part of the game, and we talk about this a lot. I mean, it is a different breed of cat that wants to play on this stage. You want to go big-time D1, yeah, you can be the hero, but you can also be the GOAT. That's the pact you make, playing for these 2 programs and playing for power leagues around the country. We see a lot of players transfer up to test themselves.
Well, there's a little bit of wind blowing out, and it just enough, that ball was hit high enough that it was going to continue to travel. And you can see it just enough to keep that that ball going.
Savia Morgan has gotten a lot more starts out there in left field. Leach, her 12th start of the season. She's been swinging a good bat and playing good defense of late for Tennessee. As Katie Stewart goes deep, 1-0. Her 17th of the season now, 78 RBI.
Well, and Jess, you know, it's communication between the center fielder, left fielder. You've got room, time it. That communication is imperative as that ball is coming down.
And a strikeout there for Pickens. Her 5th.
Pickens goes back upstairs with that rise ball, 70 miles an hour. This one a little bit more vertical break on it. 8 inches, gets good to swing underneath of it. 5th strikeout of the game.
Here's Adea Wallace. So Katie Stewart hit the home run against Florida in their opener, and now another one today. She was on the All-World Series team last year, hit a home run as well here in Oklahoma City.
Well, it's interesting because Jolie Mitchell and Katie Stewart are kind of friendly competitive with their home runs. And Jolie Mitchell had those 2 home runs earlier in the World Series and jumped one home run ahead of her to 17. Well, guess what? Stewart just tied her with her 17th.
They flip in the lineup all the time.
Yeah.
Always back to back. How about the response, though, from Carlin Pickens? I mean, she gives up that home run. Comes right back. 2 big strikeouts in response.
Is that a foul tip?
Ooh. At home, they said foul tip.
Oh, the umpire says foul tip.
Yeah.
Number 6, either way.
I don't think it was, though.
Yeah, I don't think it was. It
looked like air between her bat and the ball.
Yeah, I didn't see any redirection of the ball.
That's what Mike White was arguing.
This is...
Oh, yeah, there was. I could see it at the very top of the bat. A little bit of redirection. That's a good call.
Okay, so we'll find out, too, with Katie Bennett coming up 2 down, whether Mike White will pull the trigger and go to Tegan Cavan. We just saw her sitting down a second ago. Now she's re-warming up. Could see her come out and try to end this today with 1 game.
He wanted the lead. That's the biggest difference. If this game stays 0-0, he sticks with Mac. He wanted the lead to be able to put Cavan in.
Yeah, if it's 0-0, I think he goes to sit Lally. You have the lead. You've got your ace. You've got to use her to protect it. You need 9 more outs.
Bennett singled, stole a base back in the 3rd when Texas left the base loaded. And after the home run, Pickens threatening to strike out 3 straight.
Six home runs that she's given up here in Oklahoma City. It's more than she gave up all year long. All have come on that rise ball. I think there's 2 things that play into that. I mean, obviously it's the rise ball, but it's a great pitch for her. It's also the level of competition, the hitters that are here, and honestly the fatigue.
But Katie Stewart did the damage first.
We talk a lot about the speed, but also the power for this time.
4, and now Cavan with 9 outs to get for a spot in the national championship. 14 innings of work and the zeros next to that ERA. She had 8 strikeouts in the win over Oklahoma a couple of days ago. Emma Clark 8-9-1 for Tennessee as they fall behind 1-0 after the Katie Stewart home run. Clark grounded to short her first time up. And Tegan Cavan, 26-5. And going back to work in what has been an extremely emotional week for her and her family. playing in her second World Series with back-to-back 20-win campaigns. Hit a rough patch the last month of the season and now has been money showing up here in OKC.
I think the changing point for her was last weekend in Super Regionals, coming in relief after struggling against Clemson, losing that game 1. Then she came out of the pen. And since then, it's been the best stuff. She's been dialed in.
And the walk there. Holly?
Tegan Cavan found out the morning before her last game 2 days ago that her grandmother had passed away. Her 96-year-old grandmother, Jo Lukehart, is one of her greatest inspirations. There she is with the entire team at a no-hitter earlier this season against Missouri. She was 96 years old and still taping her games, calling her after her games. In fact, Tegan Cavan wears number 17 because Grandma Minnie was born on November 17th, 1928. And she wears that because softball is her favorite part of the day. She wants to honor her and her love for the game. So it was hard to know that Grandma had passed that morning, but she wanted to pitch and she wanted to be there for her teammates. Her teammates were very emotional after the game because they were all close with Grandma Minnie, and really just a remarkable performance, a lot of heart, and it really almost broke me up and made me cry when she said after the game, I know she was watching from the best seat in the house today.
Yeah, it was quite a moment post-game. A big bear hug with Reese Atwood, and then the team gathering around, pouring out all the emotions. And after the walk to Clark down here at the bottom of the order, Fiedler thinking about dropping down a bunt. Amanda Allen is the pinch runner over at first base, the tying run aboard. Got 3 hits off of Mac Morgan through 4 innings, and now Cavan stepping in. Fiedler, line drive out to center field back in the 3rd inning.
Corners, you see Mia Scott right there. She ends up about 3 feet from Fiedler. They are pulled in, but as soon as they see that show of bunt, they are running in hard. If Fiedler's thinking about bunting, she's going to have to keep it away from Mia Scott.
Yeah, she's going to have to push it past her.
She is.
Takes a strike there, and now a 2-strike count.
Almost turn a double play with where she's playing her.
Now with 2 strikes, she'll probably be a little bit further back.
Ground ball to second. Bennett to good, over to first. They'll get the lead runner. 1 down to the top of the order.
Let's take a look at the way Tegan Cavan will attack hitter. She's got a really good changeup at 59 miles an hour. How about needle threading locations and control at 71? The rise ball at the top of the zone. But those 8 strikeouts against Oklahoma, it was a mix of rise ball, off speeds. 2 of those strikeouts looking all about control, keeping that ball out of the white or the heart of the plate.
Tennessee, can they take advantage? First time today they have had a leadoff on base. Gabby Leach is 0 for 2. Has a hit in all 3 of their games here so far. 2 for 5 against UCLA yesterday.
Wow. 58 miles an hour on the changeup, and you're gearing up. You know, we see Pickens on the other side with the velo, but Cavan does such a great job as well of hitting her spots and the velocity, and then 58 coming to the bottom of the zone. That's why you get the big sword swing and miss.
Karen Weekly trying to loosen her up a little bit after misfiring on that off speed. Saturday against Oklahoma, the monumental win. Will that be a program changer for Texas? The first time they've beaten Oklahoma at the World Series, a team that has knocked them out playing for the national championship twice in the last 3 years. Texas finally breaks through. The Sooners still alive on the other side of the bracket. There's a chance they could meet up again in the finals. We have never had a rematch in the Champ Series era the last 20 years. Leach dropped in foul territory. Dad's gone back to the dual Leach jersey. Gabby on one side, Alana on the other. Can't sit still in a seat, so he's parked on the concourse.
That's what they do.
Carlin Pickens trying to keep this thing close for Tennessee. Give their bats a chance. They still have 6 outs to work with to try and extend their season. Ashton Maloney and the top of the order now for Texas. Comes around for the 3rd time to see Pickens. Comes down and in.
That's a great pitch inside to lefties.
Ashton with a hit in the Oklahoma game the other day. Got her to 90 on the season. So only Ashton and Janae Jefferson are members of the 90 hit club in a single season for Texas. Janae will be spending her summer with the Team USA at the World Games. As we continue to build towards the Los Angeles Olympics, which will be played here in OKC with Patty Gasso, the new national team coach.
Exciting time for softball. AUSL launching this weekend. Athletes Unlimited, all the professional, college, Olympics.
What do you think tonight? Kennedy against that vaunted Sooners lineup.
Kennedy with that velocity, but again, the changeup, I think that's the knee buckler. If she can throw the changeup for a strike, I think she can take the power away from Oklahoma. The question is, Oklahoma, do they make adjustments? And if they go 2 games, I think that's advantage Oklahoma.
The Sooner Magic.
Yeah.
Strike out there for Pickens, 1 down.
I'm so excited for that matchup. This Kennedy versus those bats. You take a look. Pickens continuing to go upstairs with that rise ball. And this is what I love from Carlin. I mean, she is such a competitor. The pitch that she's given up, the biggest hits here, she also continues to fight back with.
2 down. And here's Mia Scott.
Well, Pickens is a strikeout pitcher. I mean, really has been pretty efficient in this game. She's in the low 80s here in the 5th inning. A lot of times power pitchers strike out. You just rack up your pitch count, but she's been pitching from ahead, doing a good job.
And look at this offense she's up against. I mean, yeah, she's given up 1 run, a solo shot. That's a win for most pitchers. Her offense has to have her back.
Well, at this level, you can't really expect your pitcher to throw a shutout. If you do, that's like a massive accomplishment. So it's at least putting 1, 2, 3 runs up on the board to give your pitcher some sort of a buffer. Talked about Olympics. Carlin Pickens has aspirations of playing for Team USA, playing professionally, playing beyond the college game. And I think she needs to continue to develop pitches. She has to slow her changeup down, absolutely. I think that's the difference between like a Nigeri Kennedy, is that there's a lot more vertical separation, but velocity separation between her hard and her soft.
Expect to see her tonight, possibly against Sam Landry. And a ground ball to second. We head to the 6th. Tennessee's down 1, maybe the last chance for their big boppers in the heart of the order. Dodge, New Nugent, the championship series, protecting a 1-0 lead, 6 outs away. But here come the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Tennessee. Dodge with a double back in the first. Nugent and Gibson both hit home runs in their win over Florida on Friday night.
Ella Dodge trying to find something right now. She's had a hard time kind of picking up the ball against Tegan Cavan. Tries to go to the drag bunt there.
1-6 today against Mac Morgan, and now their first look at Tegan. Called strike 3.
And that's the pitch. That's the difference between Mac Morgan, Tegan Cavan, is the ability to throw multiple pitches down, up, but the mix of speed. 57 miles an hour with a couple of inches of vertical break, horizontal run on it. And that changeup, just knee buckling, bat freezing. Big strikeout for Cavan.
Both of her strikeouts via the changeup. Here's Nugent. Atwood tries to frame. She is such a good leader back behind the dish for Tennessee. Texas.
Calls timeouts at the right time. Frames up for her pitcher too. And her and Tegan Cavan are very, very close. And most batteries are. The way that Reese Atwood can just take balls, make them strikes. But what stood out to me in that Oklahoma game was her calling timeout in huge moments, not for the coaches, but for her peers.
Well, going out and giving a little bit of talk, like, look, I might lean out, but hammer back in. I mean, all those little nuances.
That's a tall girl, by the way, that can get down. You saw that last strike. I mean, she was like underneath, like her ability to get so athletic behind the plate.
Jumpy like a kangaroo.
Yeah, actually, I think, does she not have a pet?
I believe there is a pet kangaroo lurking around. Holly?
You're talking about the size of Reese Atwood. You know, she is 6'1", but she does get down and low. She watches a lot of film on other catchers, but one of them that reminds me of her physically is Aubrey Monroe from Florida, who's been on the national team. She was a really tall, long, lanky catcher, and so Reese watches film of her of how to do that the very best and does a nice job copying that style.
It's about framing pitches, but it's also about giving a good lane for the umpire to be able to see. And if you're moving, if you're bouncing, lunging toward the ball, you get in the way of the pitch. You block the sight, actually, of the umpire.
Well, she might be able to follow Monroe onto the national team one day. Might be able to follow her as an SEC player winning a national championship, which Aubrey did at Florida. Nugent out to right field. Maloney is there, 2 down. And it's Boo Gibson. They've had some chances, but have yet to get a hit with a base runner on. And the difference in this ball game, the solo homer from Katie Stewart. They've had base runners in each of the first 5 innings. They do not have a hit since the ejection of their hitting coach, Craig Snyder, back in the 4th inning. It's all Tegan Cavan for the Longhorns, coming on to try and get Texas into the championship series for the 3rd time in 4 years. still trying to track down that first national championship. 2-0 over Tennessee, and Tegan Cavan will try and end it. Their ace coming out of the bullpen today after a stellar start from Mac Morgan and a home run from Katie Stewart has them in position to advance. It's 6, 7, and 8 for Tennessee, trying to extend their season. Mueller, one of the seniors in the lineup today with Boo Gibson and Kinsey Fiedler.
Ball inside.
2-1. Sophomore out of West Des Moines, Iowa. Has talked to us about how the adversity helps over the long haul. She's been through some this year. Two to Mueller. Scott is there with the glove. Love at third. One down.
Mia Scott with the smile. She's usually so stoic. And her defense has been on point this tournament, Jess.
It's been honestly one of the most underrated conversations why Tegan Cavan has been so great. Is knowing what's behind her. Mia Scott, great play. Another one here at the World Series.
Looked like she was about to high-five Karen on the way by. And here's Alana Leach. Couple of ground outs for Leach. Cavan, who had a one-hit shutout last year in the semis to get Texas into the championship series. 3 years ago, it was that stunning semifinal day where they beat Oklahoma State twice to advance, even after trailing by 5 runs in the second game. Rallied to win it and move on to play for a championship. They've seen heartache here too, even a semifinal loss at the hands of Tennessee in 2013. One of the great moments in semifinal history when they lost to UCLA twice on the Caitlin Baney single to score Natasha Watley in 03. And with web gems all over the diamond, they are 1 out away from playing for that championship again.
Left side, best side. Mia Scott with the line drive catch now. Leanne Good. I mean, look at this play. And this is a hard hit ball. Drops the knee down, pops back up, and you're talking a bullet. Down to first base after getting that low, setting herself perfectly. 2 outs for Tegan Cavan to that left side of the infield.
Last chance for Tennessee is Emma Clark.
How about Tennessee, too? I mean, they've got a great approach at the plate, getting in the counts, really working. Cavan hitting the ball hard. Both those at bats, 70-plus miles an hour off the bat. It's the defense having Cavan's back here late.
How about that? 10 of 10 first pitch strikes. All business today.
Yeah, been on point. And that pitch, the changeup.
1 strike away.
shot.
Ball just off.
Coaching staff for Texas, Mac Morgan with the start, the drop ball heavy, just doing an incredible job. And then Tegan Cavan, 3 strikeouts in her 3 innings, all those strikeouts on the changeup.
And then the defense late. I mean, Mia Scott, that play, Leanne Good. I mean, that's where Texas softball, when they are playing right. Carlin Pickens, a heck of a season. Tennessee, what they did to get to this point. It was a tough, heartbreaking loss to Oklahoma to start this entire World Series, and they fought hard to get to this Monday game.
Heck of a run for the Lady Vols. And a stellar season for Carlin Pickens in Tennessee, and it comes to an end today. And fitting that it's out of the hands of Tegan Cavan, the new saves leader, by the way, now at Texas. But it starts with the tone setter.